Hi everyone, I am Anju. Welcome to my channel Excel Made Easy. In today's video, we will be talking about multi-level sorting and the use of sort functions which are included after Excel 2021 and in Microsoft 365 editions. So let's go. If you look at the data in my customer master sheet, then in that case, you will notice that there are a few cities which are there from customers belong, and then we have their respective bill amounts also. So I might want to see this data arranged based on the cities. So in that case, we need to sort the data. So you know how to sort the data. We can first select the data, and then from custom sort, we can choose, since city is the requirement, we can choose sort by city, let it be A to Z order. And this is where we can see the city-wise data arranged. So when I look at one particular city data, for example, these are the 4 records of Bengaluru. And if you look at their respective bill amounts, it's 90,000, 2,30,000, 80,000, 1,20,000 and all. So there may be a requirement that further in a particular city, I want to see the amounts in the increasing order. So smallest comes first, then the greater one, and then the greatest in the end. So there may be a requirement where you might want to see the sorting of, multiple columns at the same time. So in that case, how we can perform this? Let me just go back to the custom sort again. We select the whole data and we can go to the custom sort. Here, since my prime requirement is city, within city, I want to see the increasing order of amounts. So sort by city remains as it is. What we are going to do, we are adding a label. This is the current sorting. So we click on add label. So a label will be added just below this selected one. Now there is a difference here. First option was sort by, and we selected city in that. So as we add a label, now it comes as then by, not sort. So that means in sorting, there will be a one primary key or a primary column on which the sorting will be done, and the next sorting will be within that column. So it means if you had repeated data in the previous column, those repeated values will be further sorted on the next column that you specify. So here I am giving bill amount and let it be smallest to largest. Let's do it. So now you notice within the city, you can see the amount in the smallest to largest order. So that's how multiple sorting can be applied. So you have different levels. If you have a very large data, maybe 2 level, 3 level, 4 level sorting can be applied like this. So the objective is to get your data in a better organized way. So that's how we can do it. Now, here is a challenge. What is that? Suppose you are working on a shared file and you don't have the edit permission on that file. So if you have only read permission, then this sorting will be very temporary for your system. Reason? As soon as you close the file and next day suppose you reopen it, it will be back in the original arrangement, how it was in the shared media. So your sorting will not be retained on the data. But if you want to work on your data with the same sorting feature, then maybe what you can do in that case, the sort function can be used instead of applying the sort feature on the data itself. So how do we use the sort function? Let's have a look at it. So I am just using a sheet here and headings are already copied for you. And in the next cell onwards, where we want to see the result, we click that cell. We start with the function sort. First, I am talking about sort function because there are two, sort and sort by. We will understand the difference when we start using it. So I am using the sort function right now. Sort, open bracket. It is asking me to choose the array. So we go to the master. Array means the data that you want to sort. So I start selecting the data like this. We have selected the data minus the headings because that is not to be included in the sorting, right? So we select data and then comma. Now the next thing is on what column do you want to sort? So it is basically asking for the sort index, not the column heading. So we wanted to sort it on the city, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the seventh column in my data. So sort index I give as 7, comma. Now the next is asking for sort order. You might want to sort it in ascending or in descending order. So 1 is for ascending and -1 is for descending. So let me have it as 1, which is ascending order. No more options to be given. I'm closing the bracket for sort and pressing enter. And you can notice here you get to see the data in the sorted order. So that's how you can apply the sorting. If suppose master data cannot be updated by you, then you can use the sort function to get your piece of data and you can start working on it. So that's how the sorting can be applied through the sort function also. Now we just saw that there was a sort by also. Now what is the difference in the two? For that, let me first get back to the original arrangement of the data. Original arrangement was in the serial number form. So I just use A to Z for serial numbers. This was the original arrangement. So our requirement was that sorting should be done on city, and then within the city, it should be done on bill amount. Now, when I work with sort function, this function can be used only for one column sorting. So only one level of sorting can be done using the sort function. But if your requirement was that you want to do multiple level of sorting, then sort by will help you. So I'm just doing it somewhere here. We start with sort by function, and then let us see the arguments we need to provide. First is the array, as we had it in the sort also. So we select the data here. This becomes our array, comma. Now look at the difference. We have to give by array. That means on which column you want to sort. So here also I have to give the data. So it is not asking for the index number as it asked for asked in the sort function. So I am giving the data on which it should be sorted. Comma is the order, that is ascending or descending. Let me have it as 1. Now, if you notice, we can continue giving this for multiple columns. So by putting a comma, you can give it on second array. So I am using comma, and then second array was this bill amount, comma, let it be ascending order, that is 1. No more columns, so I can close the bracket and let's see the result. Here we can notice the result. Originally, the data was this because on a shared data, the sorting could not be retained. So I got this original data. And now when we applied the sorting, we will see this sorted order. The advantage of this sort function is that later on, if your data is extended, if you have more records to this data, automatically this will be updated. So let me show you by adding one record here. I'm adding serial number 12 and let's say some values here. Let's say it's from Surat. Okay, so one more record is added. What happens to the sort function result? Now you can notice that new record which was created is also added here. So you can notice this in the second result also, because as per amount, it goes at this level. Here it is at the end because we did not sort on the amount. It was only a single column sorting. But if you look at the second sort by function, here it was on city and then further on the amount. So on that basis, this data is coming in here. So that's the advantage of using the function. If you copied pasted last time when you did it with the multi-level sorting in the custom sort, copy pasting will not have the new records included, but this function will always give you the updated data. So if there are new records in your master file, you will always get the updated result. So that's the advantage of using the sort function and the sort by function. Although sort by function is sufficient for one column also, because if you give only one array and its order, then also you get the result. So if you are comfortable using sort by function, maybe that's enough for you. Then sort function may not be required at all. Now, one thing you might want to see here, in the first scenario, I had already copied the headings for you, and then the sort function was applied just below that. So headings are visible here. But in the case of sort by function, I directly wrote the function, and there are no headings here. So one solution is that you can copy the headings from the master and then place the sort function just below that, as we did in the first scenario. But there is another solution also. You could have used vstack function. Vstack. So it is going to stack your data in the order that you provide. And vstack is vertical stack. So we want to vertically stack the data. So that's why we are using vstack function. Otherwise, there is an hstack function also. So I'm just going to show you the use of vstack function here. So I'm selecting the cell where originally the function was written, clicking in the formula bar to update this. So one array is this only. So one array remains this. But before that, there should be the header array also. So I am writing vstack function, open bracket. Now what does vstack require? Array 1, array 2, array 3, and so on. So multiple arrays can be stacked together vertically. And in which order? The order that you provide in the function argument. So ideally, the heading should be the first order, first array to be provided. So just after the opening bracket where my cursor is blinking, here I will add the heading. So I choose this array. So this is complete. I put a comma to separate, and sort by result is my second array, which is already given. So let these two arrays be the part of vstack function. So vstack function is complete. I put a close bracket here and end. So now in case of sort by, you can see the result. The first array is your headers, and the second array is your result of sort function. So that's how vstack has given you the result. So that's quite wonderful. Like you can even don't have to copy the headings. Even headings can be taken through the vstack function. Hope you like this video. See you in the next video.